I'm going to know to tell us when they can hear us.
Yep.
Can you hear us? Can you see us?
Can you hear me?
Exactly.
Sorry, I'll stop.
No, you won't. Can't stop, won't stop. All right. This. All right, here we go. All the channels. Dropping this in content creators. Dropping this in. Wow.
Wow.
Pop-ups. Pop-ups all over the place.
I know. Sorry. I'll be done in a minute, maybe.
It's okay.
Can you hear me?
That's okay.
Can you hear me calling?
Zad and I are missing Pugs or Zool. So, yeah,
Yes.
trash.
We're missing a lot of trash and wiping.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of trash there.
Hey,
All right,
let's
there
take
we
all
go.
the trash, the entire instance. Put it in one word.
All the trash all the time.
Yeah.
All the trash.
How much trash is it?
Not much.
So much trash. All right.
As you page me in 50 million Discord channels.
Okay, Max says he can see us and hopefully
Max.
hear us. All right. McCullough, I think this is your show, so
Oh, yeah. I don't know. Okay. Apples can see and hear us, so we are good to go.
Yay.
Starting in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 on this episode of the AIE Podcast.
get your questions in for the town hall.
Plebs, no more.
Jedi are under siege, just in time for a big anniversary.
But first, be ready for the Witch Festival.
Oh, I am.
And Cyrene and Accusod are here to talk to us about AIE and World of Warcraft.
All that and more coming up now.
Bringing you the latest news from the AIE gaming community from planet Earth and beyond. This is the AIE Podcast.
Welcome to episode 307 of the podcast celebrating you, the Alea Octa Est gaming community. The Die has been podcast. I'm Makala. To my left is Tetsemi.
I have no spreadsheets this week.
Oh, dude. To
know.
my right is Mewcow.
Greetings, gamers.
And this week, we're joined by our very special guests, Cyrene and Accusod, who are here to talk to us about AIE and World of Warcraft. Also, for you people that just listen to the show and we don't watch it, you missed something amazing, which was Zod mouthing the words to the AIE theme song the AIE introduction, because it's still him. So, guys, welcome very much to the show.
Thanks for having us.
That
Why don't we
was
just-
pretty funny, too.
We can just have him do it live. I mean, he's
Yeah.
here.
Yeah, we really next time, we're doing it live. Play the music in the background and have Zod do a live cast of it.
Bringing you the latest news.
Yeah.
Fangirl squeal. Thank you, dear. All right. So before we talk about what's going on, news and all that, hey Mew, what have you been doing in and out of game?
Playing video games mostly.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. Lots of WoW, of course. And a bit of Destiny 2, trying to get further in that story, the new Forsaken stuff. And just probably lots more WoW, because I've got both sides of things. I've been trying to, since we aren't privy to it on the Horde side, I've been trying to do all of the Jaina story on the Alliance side.
Mhm.
They have to do a lot more than we
They
do.
do. Yep.
I mean, it's you
It's
have
a
to
lot
unlock this.
more.
It's like, for us, we just have to worry about our main chapters, right? But for them, you have to do a lot of the sub chapters. You have to do a lot
And
of
the
side quests.
dungeons.
And the dungeons. Yeah, they have you jump through a bunch of dungeons, and I'm not even done yet. I still haven't gotten to the climax. So,
Wow.
and I think the quest is actually called the climax, which is kind of funny. But so yeah, that's what I've been trying to get on that side of things. And just learning and being confirmed from WoW side that warrior tanks and guardian bear tanks are the weakest. So that's been a fun thing to learn. It's like, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And so are you playing a warrior tank on the Alliance side, or what are you playing on the Alliance side?
Yeah, Alliance side, I have a prot warrior, and on the Horde side, I'm usually doing the kitty for Furt, but I do Guardian Bear for hand grenades, horseshoes and hand grenades. So double tanking, and both of my tanks apparently are the weakest, so I've been working with the handicap.
Yes.
That's okay. Some of the best warrior or tanks I know are warrior tanks.
Yep. Yeah, that's funny how that works.
And speaking of warrior tanks, hey Tat, what have you been doing in and out of game?
Not warrior tanking. No. We had a fun night Wednesday night in Furt. We went in and did all the rares and all the quests in the Arathi Highlands as a raid team. So we spent like an hour and a half in there, killed the world boss as a raid team, and then broke up into 5-person groups and started taking out the rares and doing the, kill 20 of this, kill 20 of this, and got people some upgrades and a couple mounts, a few pets. And then we went over and killed the other world boss that's out there. So
Very nice.
yeah, we're heading back into normal tonight. Start the normal farm and get that going so we can get some people some gear and work on Vectus later. We've just had a rough start with not a lot of consistent attendance, so it's been a little rough. But I did get my Arms Warrior on the Alliance side. I think I said last time I got it all the way through the Mythic for Jaina and all that, so I got to see that end of cinematic, and it's a good story, Mew. So the ending cinematic is definitely worth it. Let me know when you run that Mythic, and I'll bring my Arms Warrior along with you. So yeah, she hit she hit 350 today, so she's good on running her arms DPS, and she's fine. And then I also got my Druid, my Guardian Druid on the Horde side to 120 Thursday or Friday. And I took her into Arathi and got 4 pieces of 340 gear, the 370 for drop off the world boss. So I ended up with like 5 pieces of gear upgrades for that. And now I'm doing the World Crest Circuit and the go open all the outposts and all that on that. But I really haven't noticed that, again, not in a raid situation, but I haven't noticed that the Guardian Druid's weak. It just takes a while to kill things, but they're not going to kill me. So
Awesome.
Yeah. So what have you been up to?
I'm gonna go on to I guess I could go first. All right, so let's see. If anyone saw my tweet from yesterday, I am currently in the middle of studying for ACAMS, and I'm working in a notebook about this thick with 300 pages that I have to study. ACAMS is the Association of Certified Anti-Money Laundering Specialists. So it's a lot of legalese about various forms of money laundering. And the great thing is work is paying for the test, which is good because it's like a $2,000 test.
Mm-hmm.
It's a great certification to have, but it's cutting into what I have of a personal life as it is. So
okay,
that's fun.
For money laundering, do you use like hand soap or like a laundry soap?
Actually, there's a variety of ways to do it. What I really suggest is going into a casino, into a bathroom in the casino, because a casino is a really great place to launder your money.
I didn't realize they had laundry machines in there.
They do. No, they know. Yeah, that's the type of stuff you're going to use. Also, maybe some of those places where you can do monetary exchanges for different types of currencies. I'm sure they have bathrooms too, right?
Launder your money in the bathroom. Got it.
Yeah, yes. Totally. That's what I would do. That way it's one additional level of protection because no one expects you to do your laundry in the bathroom.
All right.
Okay. I really want to know why there's a course on how to launder your money.
There's not.
Awesome.
It's a course on how not to launder your money.
Oh,
Yes.
not to.
How to detect and prevent.
Yes. Yes.
But that just gives people dirty money.
But my job will not give you a course in money laundering, though. If you can kind of pick up on the ways they do it, and
Exactly.
So that's one thing I've been doing. Another thing is my normal gaming stuff. Fortunately, missed game on Thursday because we went to the theater. Some days you have to give up rolling dice for culture. It's fine. It's good. We went and saw Fun Home, which was really good and devastating. We did game on Friday, which is my D&D game, our Lobies. Really good time as we kind of explored, learned more about some of the mythology that's going on. Had a really interesting incident with a trickster little imp thing that, well, you know that scene in Stand By Me when everyone just keeps throwing up?
Yes.
Yeah, that's pretty much what happened. It was a unique night of gaming.
Also sounds like a raid instance. Anyway,
It does. It does. Yeah. Had another session of Mage last week. Whole parties together. Oh, yes, and I have a new project because our Mage game is streamed, but we had about a year of prelude stuff, various adventures with part of the group, stuff that was done via IM, nothing that was streamed. I was asked to please get all of it typed up so we can record it and release, record the summaries. Yeah. So once I get done studying tonight, I'm going to work on that.
Sounds like it'll be about the same size as the ACAMs.
Probably. The good thing is now I'm to the point where I have notes because like the first few adventures or the first few sessions, I was just taking like small notes, little notes. So then I kind of had to go back and create that. I also have huge sections of I wasn't here for this. Someone else needs to write it.
Yeah.
Which, is always my very, very favorite part of group projects. I can't do this. I physically cannot do this. You guys do it.
Somebody cast the gist of it spell on me and give me.
You tell me what happened, and I can get that pen to paper. So that's what I've been up to. Hey, Zod, besides chair dancing, what have you been doing?
Okay, first, before I answer that, I forgot at the top of the show, I believe I'm contractually required to say, greetings, this is Accuzod.
Yes!
There you go.
I had to say that just to make sure I got that in there. In World of Warcraft, we've been raiding our raid team, DOA, who's led by the amazing and wonderful raid leader, Cyrene.
Yeah, she's okay.
Patiently standing by.
I don't know this person. Who are you talking about?
We're having a lot of fun. We're up to Zool on normal. We took him down once so far. The other times we fight him is just beating our heads into the brick wall over and over. He's a bit of a fun fight, but that trash. Holy cow.
The trash is a fight in itself. There's more trash going up to Zool than there is in the rest of the instance, I think.
So you're making your team do that right now while you guys are on the podcast, right?
Yeah, as it turns out, we're doing
Yes.
Tonight is our second night of raiding. We raid Saturdays and Sundays. So they're clearing the trash for us, and Sia and I will drop back in when they're done.
It's, it's part of the benefit of authority.
Something like that.
And Kathy's privilege. So other than that, I must say, by the way, I translated for those who know, I used to play Druid, Zodrageous, last expansion, jumped over to a Warlock at the end of the last expansion, and turns out Warlocks are pretty useful. The cookies, the summoning closets, which are awesome now. Thank you, Blizzard, for updating that graphic. It's kind of fun playing a character that can actually do decent DPS and be useful at the same time.
Yeah.
Hey, and don't forget, you can also res people. So
and battle res. So
Soulstone.
There you go.
Great class.
It's even better. It's that Soulstone. It's that preemptive. Like, oh, you're gonna die, so here you go.
Yeah, but you don't really want to know. As when I did play, I was a warlock. You don't really want to know what it costs. You know what? Actually, the warlock, it's not your fault. It's not something you have to think about.
Yeah.
It's a price for someone else to pay.
Pre-soulstoning people make them go, why did you just soulstone me? Do I look like
Yep.
They get nervous.
Now Kidney wants to let us know that warlocks also make great floor tanks, but that just might be Dan Kenya.
That's awesome. Outside the game, some of you know I work for a very large broadcast television company in the South. We have been purchased by another large broadcast television company in the South to form, I think we're the third largest television company in the world.
Wow.
I work in the corporate IT team, and usually when one company buys another, the corporate staff of the purchased station or company is usually the one that gets let go because you don't need two people in each position.
Right.
Right.
But due to our size, we're both roughly equal size. So we're basically doubling the size of our company. We'll have 142 TV stations when we're done. So we're pretty
Wow.
big.
Oh my gosh.
So we're busy trying to figure out how to merge these two entirely different companies that work in entirely different ways. Each one's perfectly fine inside its own little bubble of how they work. We're trying to make one giant bubble without popping anything. So work is pretty stressful at the moment. A lot of work.
I bet. Well, thanks so much for finding the time to come and visit us tonight.
Absolutely. I love doing this.
So, Sai, what have you been up into? Wow. What have you been up to in and out of game? Words are hard.
Wow, is exactly what it is. No, like Zod said, I'm in a DOA, which is not Dead on Arrival, by the way. A lot of people think that's what it is, and
It might be Dojo of Awesome or something.
Depends on the night.
It's DOA. Let's face
on
it.
the night. We are 6 of 8 normal. We did get Zool down once, so I actually switched to my Demon Hunter for this expansion, and so I'm tanking on the Demon Hunter. So we're running a Demon Hunter DK combo.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So our healers love us.
Well, I hear Demon Hunters are real strong, so
yeah, it's pretty good. So I feel squishier. That's my phone. I feel squishier on the Demon Hunter than I did on the DK last expansion. But it's still pretty strong. I think we got a lot of cooldowns and stuff and things going on, so it's a lot of fun to play the Demon Hunter. Plus, I have the bat wings, so I can jump off the temple and glide down. Right. But I'm also in Better Late Than Never, and so we run on Mondays and Thursdays. So I raid Thursday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday.
Wow. Okay.
And Better Late Than Never, I actually run my Demon Hunter in their raid, but as DPS. So I'm running the same character in 2 raids, which is kind of weird.
But different.
Well, Better Late Than Never moves into heroics. So right now we're doing all heroics. So we've cleared 8 of 8 on normal, and I think 5 of 8 on heroic. So now they've switched to heroic only. So now I'm rating normal and DOA and heroic and Better Late Than Never.
Congrats.
So it's a lot of fun getting gear and doing some different stuff. I finally replaced one of my crappy Warglaves in heroic on Thursday. I finally got it to drop. I was so excited.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, but that's kind of like in game. I finally got my rogue on the Alliance side to 120. I was talking before we went live. I really want a Dark Iron Dwarf Paladin, just for the racial mount for the Paladins. So I finally got to 120, and now it's like, okay, now I got to do all the emissaries and the 7th Legion and all that stuff. So it's like I'm starting all over again, and it's driving me crazy. But
What happens?
Yeah. But my daughter's in high school, and she's in orchestra. And my son's studying and going to take his high school equivalency test and hopefully his driver's license test this week.
Yeah.
So
we know that one.
Yeah.
He took it last week, and he was 4 questions from the end and missed 1 too many questions. He was that close. Yeah. So we're going to go again on Tuesday because that's the late night for our BMV, and have him take it again. So,
and you don't raid that night either.
And I do not raid on Tuesdays. No, Tuesdays is usually scout night. But that's only 2 out of 4 weeks out of the.
Okay.
Yeah, it's my schedule. If you look at my Google calendar between the gaming and AIE and all the stuff that we have with all the raid teams that I maintain, the calendar plus my personal calendar plus my scouting calendar, it's it's ridiculous.
Ted can help you with the spreadsheet.
No, she has her own spreadsheets.
They always say if you want something, give it to the busiest person you know.
Exactly, because they will find time.
It's all synced in my Google Calendar on my phone. I tell everybody this: if it's not on my calendar in my phone, it does not exist. I will forget about it.
Totally.
So, but no, we're just getting into the groove of getting stuff done, and we have a big scout hike coming up with the Order of the Arrow on Saturday. So I get to go hiking at one of our state parks, and we get to have a lot of fun. So
sounds
just busy.
Sounds great. All right. So we're going to be digging into having Sai and Akizad talk to us about World of Warcraft in just a few minutes. But first, this week's news.
AIE News.
By the way, our guest, you're more than welcome to jump in if you have something to add, which I've just been informed that Akizad likely will. Okay. In community news. This is what happens when our former co-hosts come on the show. There's some love and teasing. And so, anyways, community news. The town hall is for Friday. Go ahead if you have any questions for the Q&A. Ask in Discord. Is it going to be under AIE General?
Nope, there is the Town Hall QA channel.
Perfect. Thank you. All right. So look for the Town Hall QA channel in Discord so you can post our questions. Sorry, it was written strangely. Also, a couple of the game divisions are doing in-game meetups for the Town Hall. If you are not aware of one, go ahead and organize it. We always encourage member organized events. If not, get with the leader of your game. And Dent has made up a couple places on SOTOR. Dent has a note up in a couple places on what SOTOR will do, including the Slippery Slope Cantina and then Rampage Fun afterwards. And ESO sounds like they might do one also after the mandatory fun night. BlizzCon channels and Discord are up and running. The post describes what's up and discussion on where there might be meetups, a variety of things to do besides just the standard BlizzCon stuff that's in progress, and also a virtual viewing party is being discussed as well. And in streaming and podcast news, SOTOR Escape Podcast 262, 5.10, Stay a While and Listen. In this week, AIE SEMA, Max Gray, and Astromech EPC 262 cover BioWare's longest development stream on their longest podcast, all about V.X, or at least as much as they could get into by the time when they had time for the heads up. And streaming, I know Kinney does the Mandatory Fun Night stream.
Yep.
And sometimes Max has some good streams for us. We're gonna, if we have any information, we'll announce that. And New Braid also streams. And speaking of the various Mandatory Fun Night and other events, Tet, what is going on?
All right. So we wanted to highlight and make sure everyone was aware of when the Mandatory Fun Nights were, if they're not looking at the calendar. And remember, Mandatory Fun Nights where the fun is mandatory, but attendance is not. On Monday, Guild Wars 2 at 9:30 p.m. Eastern. Sorry. God, couldn't get the mute button. On Tuesday, in SOTOR, it is at 9 p.m. Eastern. On Friday, we have ESO at 9 p.m. Eastern, which is the same time as the Final Fantasy XIV. So pick your side and play along. And Saturday, we usually have STO, Set Phasers for Fun, at 10 p.m. Eastern. And New Braid is at 11 p.m. Eastern in WoW.
Alrighty. Oh
no, we lost Mew.
No, Mew is gone.
We can't hear you.
It's Google Hangouts again. All right, I'll tell you what. I will pick this up while Mew drops out and comes back in, and we'll go from there.
I would also like to state that Sai jokingly said the mute button.
That's the mute button from now on.
Prior to you going silent.
I know.
Can I put that forward myself as a title?
Right?
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
We can
hear you.
Yeah, that's Hangouts for you.
Right?
Alrighty. No bad news. We have Corley, who has set up an AIE Rust server. So check out the latest changes for any Rust fans. Also, Maple Story 2 has released, and there are a couple guild members running around in there. Lots of fun to be had, lots of streaming going on. Also, in Destiny 2 news, the guild is still working towards getting the guild banner leveled to its maximum benefits. It is currently at level 2. For those that want to help with this goal, you will need to get to the current max level of 50 and then grab the daily clan bounties from Hawthorne at the tower. There is normally 1 solo PvE bounty, 2 solo Crucible bounties, and 3 clan group bounties that are refreshed every day. Once we get to level 4, then we'll be able to do the raid bounties that are weekly. The reason why it's going a little slower this time around is during the first version of Destiny 2, you just got clan experience by doing these things on your own. Like, it just happened. You didn't have to go out. Now they actually want you to say, hey, bounty, I'm going to do this thing. Like, they want more active participation. Before, it was kind of a passive participation. So they want you to be more involved with the clan.
Gotcha.
Very cool. And just a programming note about WoW. Mechanical behind the scenes change when it comes to guild invites. We've removed the pleb guild rank, and now everyone is cohort by default. The reason this was done was for the 2 rank. The reason we had the 2 ranks prior was because of the rapid expansion growth of the guild in the early days. But now it doesn't make sense to keep having the 2 ranks around. There's a lot more work. People kind of feel like they're a little lower class, which is definitely not the case. And it definitely removes part of the headaches of the officers having to do the promotions each month, because our officers are busy. They have a lot to do.
There's a lot of games out there like SOTOR. And
Yes.
guess what? There is new content coming in December, Jedi Under Siege. There will be a new storyline based on the rivalry between the Jedi and the Sith, the Nightmare mode for the latest Operation Gods from the Machine, and also reduces the difficulty of the existing veteran mode for that operation. Because right now the final boss in that operation is a combination of basically master mode and veteran, so it's much harder than the actual veteran mode it should be, because they weren't going to do master mode originally, and then they decided, well, why not? We have it all, everything else, we'll do a master mode. Hardmare, yes, as Seema reminds me, it's called Hardmare. There is a new tier of armor coming with that master mode. There will be new guild features and tools coming out, including guild leveling, purchasable guild buffs, and the ability to do a PvP challenge mode. You get a special guild instance of a war zone, and guilds can challenge each other, and it keeps track of it. With all this is also coming a new planet, Osis, and it has a new daily area and 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 4 returning companions, 5 if you count light side and dark side of 1 companion. So, and just a reminder, the 7th anniversary of SWTOR is coming up on December 20th, and there will also be a mega event coming in late October with details to be announced soon. Not TM, but soon.
So
Is that make the Empire great again?
I'm thinking.
That's one interpretation of it. Yeah. So, yes, we've had several guesses at what Mega stands for, but it's Seema's gonna hit me for this.
Seema, I'll hit. No, Seema.
I know
You want me to hit him
guild
for it?
activity.
I will.
Yeah, it's maximum, or it's something everyone guild adventures. So. You know.
1 second. She's typing. I'm pretty sure we're going to have a live announcement.
Macroeconomics grapple apple. There you go.
Thank you, darling.
Yes. So, yes.
Worst sweet tea drink ever.
I know.
No,
Yeah.
no. I think sweet tea is the worst sweet tea drink ever, actually.
Oh, so
Sweet tea is not sweet enough, man.
Oh, God. Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to just sit over here and to
Yeah.
myself.
Yeah. All right. Oh, we lost Mew again.
Oh.
Okay.
Look on his face.
Oh my
I know. I don't know what it is about Hangouts. We normally do not have this problem with it, but
I'm going to have him do both of his parts.
Don't
you want me to do both of us?
No.
Nope, I'm back.
Mute.
All right. Keep
I'm
talking.
going to have you do both of your sections at
In
the
one.
same time.
Okay. I'll just keep talking. As long as I keep talking, it can't stop me. Is that how it works?
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Can't stop, won't stop.
Yep.
Yeah, no,
Alrighty.
mute
Oh, wait.
both sections here.
Okay. In ESO, The Witches Festival starts Thursday, October 18th and runs until Thursday, November 1st. Those dates sound familiar. There will be 100% EXP buff as well as a lot of creepy themed items. They've already been showing in the story. You might want to take a look. The boss kills will drop plunder skull containers and will contain motif pages, masks, recipes, and style materials, among other Witches Festival themed items. This event will also offer a chance to acquire event tickets to redeem for an Indrik feather. Once you've collected all 4 of the unique Indrik feathers over the course of the rest of the year, you will be able to get the new Indrik mount. Sounds a lot like, what was it? Have something will travel from WoW. During Mandatory Fun Night this coming Friday, we will take advantage of the festival and use the cauldron to turn ourselves into undead and roam Tamriel, killing bosses, running delves, clearing dungeons, and basically just wreaking havoc on the Dremora to collect as many of the event items as we can. And if you participated in the Somerset Festival that ended about a week ago, we now have access to that new free house and a horse and the new pet. So go ahead and dive in and have a look. It's actually a pretty good size house. I was pretty impressed.
Nice.
So jump in and have a look. All right. In Final Fantasy XIV news, Final Fantasy XIV Fan Fest is looming on the horizon, now happening November 16th and 17th in Las Vegas. We are expecting a new expansion announcement and likely about a third of the details that they're ready to share. Normally they do like a third in North America, a third in Europe, and then a third in Japan. So they like to kind of spread it out. In event news, All Saints Wake starts soon, October 18th, and runs until November 1st. Again, those familiar dates. This year we will get 2 new minions and some fun housing decorations. And done. Okay, hang on. So you can break now.
No, do it.
All right.
Oh, that's me. Hey, because I no, because I moved stuff around and I forgot that I put myself back on STO, which is short this time and not full of a lot of difficult words.
Yeah, it's weird.
All right, in STO news, Age of Discovery is live with new missions in a starter pack and ships. The starter pack includes a scalable ship, so as you level, you don't have to change ships every 10 levels. And now with that, let's go back to Accusat and Cyrene and find out what's going on in World of Warcraft. And yes, Mew, now you can stop working.
Okay, before we jump into World of Warcraft news, I wanted to just totally plug another AIE podcast that Cyrene and I do. It's called Gaming with Guildies. And that is where we go out and we just play games with other AIE members and learn all about them. Because they say everybody has a story. And Cyrene and I like to go and find out what people's stories are while we're playing one of the AIE games, like World of Warcraft. And so we would like to formally invite the 3 of you to come join us on the next Gaming with Guildies.
I don't have any stories.
What?
I don't think.
Come on. I could talk about those headphones for an hour.
I love the headphones. They're the greatest
headphones are
headphones.
awesome.
But my problem is I'm not actively doing games with pixels right now.
Doing games with you do games without pixels?
Yeah, I do games with dice and paper right now.
We got to find out a way to put that on the show.
Well, that is. I mean, we could do something via Roll20.
That would work.
See, there we go. We should set one up.
Do a one shot.
Exactly.
A podcast host D&D game, a one-shot game. That would be awesome.
That would be awesome. That's a great idea. And as a matter of fact, if anyone else listening is a member of AIE and you would like to be on the show, let us know what you'd like to do, what you'd like to talk about, what game you'd like to play. We'd love to bring anyone. You don't have to be an officer. Just be a member of the guild. We'd like to learn more about you.
Be a person.
We've done WoW, we've done SOTOR, we've done Eve, in which they killed me like 3 times, and we've done Overwatch. So if we could get some of our other games that we haven't done yet, like ESO or Star Trek, Final Fantasy, that would be cool. Some people
we could do Eve, but it'd be redacted.
I think we need to do Eve again so that Zod can join us this time, so that I'm not the only one dying.
Don't need to explode into space again.
Kaboom.
Kaboom.
Kaboom. Where'd Cy go? Kaboom.
I went spot. I blame Jedi. Jedi purposefully killed me.
And where can we find Gaming with Guildies?
Usually at Cy's house.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, that's usually the teenagers in the background. No, I only had 4 teenagers in my house this weekend. It wasn't so bad. Well, we usually do a live stream via Twitch, which we set up, which I run off of my Twitch, which is twitch.tv/Cyrene. And then we also host it through the AIE Twitch, which if you haven't heard, we have an AIE Twitch. So we also host it through that, and you can watch it on there as well. And then we record them as we do it. We are not professionals, okay? I'm just telling you this flat out. It is not a professional setup. But we do record them, and I post them through Twitch onto YouTube. And then usually I'll put the YouTube link in the AIE Discord for anybody that wants to go back and watch the show.
Awesome.
Yeah, totally not professional, okay?
Nothing is wrong with that at all.
All right, now we'll move on to. Sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say there are very few professional podcasters. Scott being one of the few ones.
Yeah, that'd be a great gig to get. I can't wait till kids look back, 10, 20, 30 years from now at podcasting, and like to see what it becomes. Kind of like the old black and white movies.
We should call Scott. Get Scott to come on our show. I wonder what kind of stories he has.
Oh, he go on for hours. It'd be awesome.
Yeah.
We can get Link Ferris on the show. We'll go all day.
Oh, that's one of those marathon streams where people donate money to keep it going, and then we donate it to our guild hall for next year.
Or in the case of Link, donate money to get him to stop talking after a few hours.
Hey, I didn't want to say that, but
oh no, I will. I love the guy. He's crazy Uncle Link. But let's get back to you guys.
All right, so let's jump over to what's going on in World of Warcraft. So as you know, we always have events in the game. We have an event coming up now, the Running of the Beef. We've done it every year. This year will be Running of the Beef number 15, codenamed Zandalar Forever. So over the years, we've done everything in our Running of the Beefs, from the original Tauren run to the Gerp and Henry run to Link and the Bronies run, even our special Ralph edition. So this time, we're going to do Trolls in honor of the newest WoW expansion, BFA, and Princess Talanji. So the event will be on Sunday, October 21st, which is next week. So 1 week from now.
We know many of you guys are full up on Earth and Ring, especially with all the new races that have been coming out. So we have started doing Running of the Beefs on different servers, just so that we kind of spread the love out, and we don't have to make you delete a character, because we don't want to do that, because that's not fun. So we
want to freak out all the other servers when they see thousands of people come on.
Right. All of a sudden the server jumps a couple hundred people. No. But we're running on Ravenholt, US server this time around. And we're doing something a little bit different this time. We haven't asked anybody to do this before. Actually, in previous Running of the Beefs, we specifically said not to do this. But because we had so much problems with the sharding and phasing issues the last time, we are asking that everyone pre-level their new troll to 10 in advance. Because 10 is the magic number to join a raid team. So that way we can all raid up. And several of us have kind of tested this. If you have a full set of heirlooms, it takes maybe an hour to get from 1 to 10 as a troll. So yeah, like Zod said, you have basically a week to make your trolls and level them up. So that's what we're shooting for.
Yep. Awesome. We're starting with a meetup and guild invites into our guild at 1 p.m. Eastern next Sunday. The guild name we're running for this Running the Beef is called Wansamdi Forever.
Perfect.
We do have a guild quest, so if you're inclined to buy a guild tabard, guild words are hard.
Words are hard.
Ogremark, go for it. It will cost 1 gold, and of course, little level 10 troll, 1 gold's a lot of money. So
yeah,
you may have to kill a lot of crabs and sell them all to get the money. So unfortunately, with the change that they made the tabards bind on pickup, so we can no longer pre-purchase. We wanted to just hand them all out to everybody, but you have to buy your own nowadays. So, but if you do really want a tabard, the easiest way to get one or to get the gold for it is to create a DK and do some of the starting quest area stuff. So that way, DKs start at a higher level, they make a ton of money, then you can send them over to your troll.
And there's a mailbox in the starting area in the first little town section where you pick up all the Serenite arrows and stuff. There's actually a mailbox there, so you can just mail it to yourself without even having to leave the starting area. Or you can use Katie if you did that quest line.
Yep, Katie Stamp Whistle.
Gotta love Katie.
Yep.
But make sure that once you hit level 10, that you hearth back to the very first starting area, like the little beach front where you first zone in when you create your character, because we're all going to start right there. That's where the officers that have the ability to invite are going to do the guild invites, and we're going to do the raid invites. And we will be on AIE Discord, and we will be live streaming it through the AIE Twitch, so all that stuff will be going out. And then at 2 p.m. Eastern is when we're actually going to start the event. So it gives us about an hour to get everybody in. But we have all kinds of fun and cool things planned. So make sure you have your selfie cams hotkeyed. And if you want, get your Twitter linked up to BattleNet. If you haven't done that, or if you don't know what that is, you can link Twitter to BattleNet in game. So when you take a selfie, it pops up with this little icon in the chat channel, and you click on it, and it sends a tweet with your selfie picture right to Twitter without even having to get out of the game. So we're going to be using the guild hashtag, which is hashtag AIE Guild, and then hashtag ROTB for Running of the Beef. So ROTB 15, so that we can share our photos with the whole community and do like a community album via Twitter, so people can share screenshots of what's going on.
That's awesome. And by the way, Tiber just mentioned in the chat room that selling low-level animal meats on the AH goes very well, so we shouldn't have too big of a problem getting 1 gold if you don't want to spend the time doing the DK. Although I like the DK idea. That's probably what I'm going to do. All right, so if those of you who've run Running the Beef before, you know, usually we have bodyguards. People will volunteer to be bodyguards to help keep our little low-level runners alive. This time around, we're doing things a bit differently, so we won't need any guards to follow us. So please, everybody, feel free to make a troll and jump in and have fun. Don't worry about having to be a bodyguard. But don't worry. Pretty sure some of you will still die. It is tradition, after all.
That's a risk.
Some of you will die. It's a risk I'm willing to take. I think my husband was about to say that.
I was going to say, Max, that's a risk Max is willing to take.
Yes.
So if you're interested in seeing the formal invitation we did for Running of the Beef, or the full list of previous themes, check out our blog post on the AIE website. That we did a great post on there. If you haven't noticed, I don't know if you have, but when we do events and stuff in WoW, I have a tendency to do an RP blog post. So I think they're funny. I don't know how you guys feel about them. But
well,
there is one up for this event. It should be kind of interesting, but it does list all the previous themes that we've done in the past. So for future reference, though, if you see something that we have not done before or an idea for a theme for Running of the Beef, let us know.
Yep. And speaking about letting us know, this is, of course, one of the events we do. We do tons of events all year long. We usually do one a month. We kind of have one dedicated special event a month that our planning team is working on. October, of course, is Running of the Beef. We're taking a bit of a break for November because there is this major holiday coming up in the United States where we just sit around and eat food all day, so nobody really wanted to feel like getting active. Of course, there's also BlizzCon is coming up, so we'll be celebrating that, and we're taking November off. We do have other ideas coming up for future months, but if you want to get involved, we would really love your input. AIE is not a guild run by officers. It is a guild run by the members. So if you, the members, have ideas for crazy fun things you want to do and you want to jump us, please let us know. That's anything from hitting old expansions or whatever you might have in mind.
Yep, I think one of the events coming up in December is we're going to hit old school raids that are in a wintry zone. So like Wrath of the Lich King, because it's all snowy for wintertime. At least those of us, it's snowy and in the US and not in Australia.
Like a Shio, yeah.
And then February, we're going to do another, our second running of Ralph's Amazing Race. So we're going to be doing that again.
It's a great event.
So, yep. But to help out with all these events, we've actually started a new events committee within the officership for WoW. And we're going to be trying to keep on track and recruiting some people to try and help out with events so it doesn't just fall on one person. So if you have ideas for new events, like Zod said, whether it's in WoW or any of the other gaming divisions like SOTOR or anything else, just let us officers know. You can always find us in Discord at the LFO channel, chat channel. You can ping one of us. Or you can even email us at officers@aie-guild.org.
Awesome. And we've had a lot of fun over the last few months with Hide and Forsaken. I did not get to do that one. I'm kind of annoyed.
Hey, somebody auto-corrected it. It said Forsaken.
Well, it's because I almost said it a totally different way.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm not going to say during the show, but trust me, it would have been very funny.
This is not AIE After Dark.
No. We did the Kirin Tor Tavern Crawl, the Trial of Style, which I was awesome, and Pirates Day War Mode, which I heard was amazing. Unfortunately, I had to work that night, so I totally missed it. And all of Sai's wonderful pirate themed jokes. Sai does the best dad jokes, by the way.
Are you gonna go next year?
Absolutely.
Awesome.
I sure hope I are. So we want to keep that fun and momentum going.
Oh, the pirate dad jokes. if you missed that, I was posting them like all night in guild chat in Greenwell.
It was awesome.
I don't know if awesome was the right word.
So what was the one that you got the most? What was the one that you got the most reactions and or oys and face palms to, Sai?
Oh my gosh, I can't even remember any of them right now.
What was a pirate's favorite crime?
Arson.
No, piracy.
Oh my goodness.
Everyone always says arson, and it's hilarious.
I was actually gonna say larceny, but you know, back to my ACAM studying.
Oh, I don't know. I gotta come up with some new ones now for some like Halloween themes or something.
Oh yeah. So guys, if you have any suggestions of jokes, you can find Sai in a variety of places, and she'll tell you where that is in just a few minutes.
Yeah, and make sure you send her a left shark.
Oh, I counted them a couple of weeks ago again. Every once in a while I go through and count how many I have. I think I'm over the 400 mark now.
Oh my gosh.
So I don't know what I'm going to do with them all. At some point I'll just start mailing them out and they'll be wrapped in presents and just get one. I don't know.
You know what? I think everyone's getting a left shark for Christmas / Hanukkah / Yule this year.
Yes.
That'd be awesome. We have to think of a guild event that requires left sharks.
Yeah, or maybe like a contest because at that point, then it's to get the most left sharks.
Right.
Somebody had an idea. Oh, I don't know if it was Gusty or somebody else, but somebody said that we should have everybody have 3 left sharks and just do pet battles against each other.
That'd be awesome.
Sharks.
Yeah, shark attack or something fun like that.
Gosh,
awesome.
And then I didn't put it in the show notes because I forgot about it. But I put a post talking to officers. But we do a lot of guild meetups throughout the year. There's Dragon Con and Phoenix Comic Con and BlizzCon, and of course there was Nerdtacular in Utah, and all this stuff going on. But there never really seemed like anything in the Midwest was going on. But we found out that where I live, there is actually a comic book museum.
Mm-hmm.
And the guy who owns it and runs it started his own Comic-Con here locally in the Midwest. So it's I think it's next September is like the 3rd annual version. So I would like to see us do a meetup for that. So if anybody in the Midwest would like to join up for that, and if we get like plenty of people, then we can organize something to do that, like a Midwest meetup. I know there's a lot of people in the Chicago area and stuff like that you know would be
also you guys should look at because this Star Wars Celebration is Chicago in 2019 in April.
I think Max wanted to try and do something for that too. So
yeah, that would be a perfect time to gather the geeks.
Yeah,
that would be awesome.
That might give us a few Midwest meetup things instead of everybody traveling and stuff. So hopefully we can get that going. But Yeah, if there's anything like that that comes up, you guys do not rely on the officers to have to do anything. If you want to have a meetup yourself and schedule a time like for your raid team, if you guys are all in the same area, just do it. You don't have to wait for the officers to be like, hey, we're going to do this meetup thing. Just do it. And if you want to invite people, post it in Discord and go. I mean, don't feel like it's just because, the officers don't say something that you can't do anything like that. Go for it. Meet up, hang out, have fun.
Yeah. Yep. And honestly, unless something involves physical money, or in like currency and stuff like that, yeah, it's pretty much open when it comes to events. Real life ending game.
Speaking of events,
yes,
I just thought of one for this week's show. I have a challenge, and the reward is Sai is going to send you a left shark. So the first person that can tweet the AIE podcast with the number of times that Mew Cow has had to reconnect. Left shark from Sai.
There you go.
Because you just tested to make sure his video or audio was working for the time that we get to his part of the close.
Exactly.
All right. So you guys work on those tweets, and that is our show for this evening. Well, the chat room continues to suggest titles. I would say, guys, just throw in the ones you've given already also in there. We want to thank Accusad and Cyrene for joining us. Thank you so much. It has been an absolute pleasure. And I absolutely love coming into the show notes where literally our wonderful guests have already exactly what they're talking about. And there's like half the page, half it's your guys' notes. So thanks so much.
Full credit to Sai. I did absolutely nothing but show up.
I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't write anything.
Ghostwriter.
Not at all. Yeah.
You know who Harvey is. I am sad for you.
Yes. And guys, so where can we find you folks if they want to tweet at you, bug you, ask for left sharks?
Well, you can find me on Twitter at Cyrene AIE. That's SYREYNE. I know I spell it funny. And you can also find me on twitch.tv/Cyrene as well. Usually I randomly stream all kinds of fun stuff.
And you can find me on Twitter at Accuzod, that's ACUZOD, or jump into the AIE Discord. You usually find me there somewhere. You guys can send me private messages or any crazy things.
Things, quote unquote.
Things. Yeah.
Things.
All right. And if you have a question or comment about our show, and Lord, you should after this show.
Right?
Yeah, you can email us at podcast@aie-guild.org. You can also follow us on Twitter. The show is at AIE Podcast. Mew is at the Mew Cow. McCullough is at Cyberwave. And I am at Ivory Tiger. We record live with video every other Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. You can join the chat room and play along with us on our website, aie-guild.org. Just look for the podcast live stream link. And our Discord server for chat is bit.ly/AIE Podcast Discord. Our theme was composed by the amazing Andrew Ellen. Follow him at Keys with Soul or visit his website, keyswithsoul.com.
Now, please roll some dice and see if Mew Cow's audio was working.
Yes. Hopefully now it's time to play all of the great AIE member segments we received this week, including X Busley. I know Hunts has been busy chasing hurricanes. And I've been busy unpacking, as you can see by the very bare wall behind me that I finally got one picture up.
Very much so. All right. And next time, we're going to try to wrangle crazy Uncle Link.
Oh.
See? It all goes back in as he tells us all about Eve.
Yeah. Yep. All about Eve.
All about Eve. So until then, AIE, this is McCullough.
This is Tetsemi.
No, this is actually Mikau.
That look of horror on my face. Thanks, dude. This has been the AIE Podcast.
Technical difficulties.
That was well played.
Yes.
And that was Mew Cow. Dude.
It's purely been Hangouts. In fact, the reason why you saw me reconnecting so many times is I actually heard it. It would actually, Hangouts would lock up.
Oh, weird.
Like real quick, like no one, I couldn't hear anyone for just a split second, and I would only notice it when someone was talking, and it's like, oh, I tried to talk, you wouldn't hear me. It's like, oh, yep, that's what's happening.
Oh, yeah.
Weird.
Hangouts is glitching. It's falling apart because they don't care about it anymore.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, we'll get everything switched over soon. So
Yeah,
You guys can use in the future.
I would say we try Discord.
yeah,
Yeah.
probably
A lot of stuff through Discord. I think it's really useful.
yeah. Record it through Discord and then
I can stream it with OBS to Twitch.
yeah.
That'll work.
Because Hangouts doesn't like OBS for some reason.
No.
Interesting.
Lame.
Yep.
And thank you guys so much for joining us, chat room and our
Absolutely.
wonderful guests.
All right. And there are some show titles at the bottom. So you and Accusad, you and Cyrene have to pick the title.
Yep.
Oh, do we?
I know, but I put up a couple of the titles, so
Yeah, you're allowed to.
Yeah.
With the mute button. I think it's hilarious. The mute button was very well done.
Oh my god. I mean, sorry.
okay, I kind of liked that one, but since I said it,
I
I'll
did.
second it.
It was a really great.
Yes.
Sybil-
Now, Sybil.
Sybil's doing a callback to a previous show. That's awesome. She's playing the long con.
Because I'm pretty sure that Apollos talked Sybil into saying that as he was giving me crap about her.
Yeah.
Still want to be a TIE fighter.
Yeah.
When I make verbal typos, I make them well.
Yes.
gotta love it.
All right. So we're gonna go with the mute button.
I like it.
Mute.
Mute.
Yeah.
Mute.
Mute.
It is pretty great.
Mute.
All right.
I
Cool.
still think that's funny.
Let's see if we can
awesome.
jump in time to it.
Where did Muko go? Oh,
Yeah.
that's a good one.
Oh, that's a good one too.
Yeah. Winchester.
Yep.
Case, yeah. Oh, I'm sure you did Annapolis.
Uh,
I'm gonna have to name a character with that now because that's how I name my characters. Is usually Mew is somewhere in the weird word.
yeah. Exactly.
Mute. There you go. That's a good one.
There
You
you
have to
go.
find a character you can call Mute.
Mute.
Probably a monk. A monk's
No.
mute.
No, I'm gonna make Mute the Bard.
There you go.
Yes. Oh my god.
Oh, that's awesome.
We still okay, so we have to figure out how somehow to do a game too. So
We'll
should be
figure that out.
entertaining.
Yes. All right. Well, chat room, we're going to go ahead and cut the stream. Thank you very much.
Thank you,
Bye, guys.
everybody.
Awesome.
Yep.
I gotta go see what my raid team